don't need cable. I'm on YouTube, welcome to the hood table. We chop up local and globally, been vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might flash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. Don't like it, then you want to invite it. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and face sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Come on in, come on in. Make sure you like and share the video on your way in, please, and thank you so very much. Let me go ahead and share this on Facebook. And thank you, everybody who's tuning in today. I know a lot of you are probably at work this morning, so probably can't tune in. And I really wasn't supposed to go live until 8 p.m. tonight, but due to the fact that I'm waiting on some new computer equipment to be delivered to FedEx for my job that I work through from home, I have to be free all the way up to literally 8 o'clock because I don't know what time they're going to deliver. And once they do deliver, I have to get my computer installed and blah, 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 blah. So I need to get this review out the way as early as possible. So come on in again. Make sure you like and share the video. I hope you all had a chance to watch this brand new show on Stars. It's another show under the 50 Cent production. We first had the Power, the original Power. Then we had the Power spinoff, Rain and Canaan. And now we have BMF, Black Mafia Family. And I enjoyed the first season. I really enjoyed the first season. I didn't expect what happened at the end of the first season. It's kind of moving kind of fast, but I guess the story of these brothers that we're going to be watching is going to have a lot of highs and lows and a lot of things going on in Detroit, D-Town. And I was hoping one of my girls, one of my homegirls, one of my sisters could join me. I did tag her on Facebook to see if she could join me for the review because she is from Detroit and she's very familiar with this story because it is based off a true story. It's loosely based off the truth. So again, we're about to review this story. This show, but like any other show, when it first comes out, I always go through like the list of the main cast members and give a breakdown of what the show is going to be about. So we're going to do that first before we get into the review of the actual first episode. And again, like and share the videos, share the live out if you can. Let's see. So one of the main characters of the show is the father, the patriarch of the family. His name is Russell Hornsby. A lot of us know and are very familiar with Russell Hornsby. He's Charles Flannery in the show, but his real name is Russell Hornsby. He played in Lincoln Heights. And Lincoln Heights was one of my favorite shows also. Get Rich or Die Trying, Grimm, and he played in a lot of episodes on Gideon's Crossing. And then we have Steve Harris. A lot of you remember him from The Practice. He also played in Sugar Hill. He's playing Detective Bryant, and from what I read, he's a really shady, undermined detective on here. Demetrius Flannery Jr., he's playing his father. So the story is based on Meech and his brother Terry Flannery. So Meech and Terry are the two people that this whole show is around. Now, Meech, of course, he's a lot older now, but he has a son named Lil Meech. So Little Meech is actually playing the role of his father. So that would be Demetrius Flannery Jr. And Meech, that's what we call our Demetrius. This is around here as well, Meechy. But so this is like his first role, I believe. And so far, I think he's doing a really good job, playing his father. Da Vinci, he's playing Terry Flannery, and you might be familiar with Da Vinci from All American and Grownish, just to name a few. McColbury, White. She is playing Lucille. She's the matriarch of the family. She's the mother of the family. Now she has, oh my God, her career rap sheet it's long, really long. She goes all the way back to like the early 90s, LA Law, Family Matters, Sinbad, Living Single. I mean, she's been in a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. And as far as like recently, excuse me, within the last few years, she's been in Spell, Songbird. Those are a few movies that she was in. Lila and Eve or Leela and Eve. What else? What else? Oh yeah, she also did I say she played on the Wonder Years and Fresh Prince of all? Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, she has been in a lot of stuff. Room 104, The Quad, Grey's Anatomy. It's just a lot. She's been in a lot of shows, a lot of TV shows, a lot of movies. And then we have Cash Doll. And if y'all don't know who Cash Doll is, I don't know what to say. But she's playing Monique, aka Momo, and she is well known for her singles For Everybody from 2017 and Ice Me Out from 2018. As far as movies or television, I can't, I don't remember if she's been anything else, but anywho, then we have Adriana as Kato. Now, I mostly remember her from playing the young Cookie Lion on Empire. I used to do reviews on that TV show, and I think she did an awesome job playing the young Cookie Lion on Empire. And then we have Eric Kofi Abrifa. He plays Lamar, and he is a British actor. He played on this Netflix series called The One. And then we have Miles. Now, these are just the main characters. Then we have Miles Truitt, who plays B. Mickey, and he is known from New Edition. He played in Queen Sugar as Ant, and he also played in Black Lightning. So that is like the main cast members. Excuse me. And as far as the first episode, the premiere was called See It, Touch It, Obtain It. And just to give you a little breakdown of what the show is going to be about, the show BMF, it stands for Black Mafia Family, and again, it's based loosely on a true story. Just like the Power franchise, the show is also under the production of Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and the show is about two Detroit-born brothers, Demetrius Big Meech Flannery and Terry, or T, as they call him sometimes in the show, Tee, Flannery, and Meech and Terry, or the Black Mafia Family, or BMF for short, they started building their drug empire as teenagers. It depicts a story of the brothers managing to dominate the drug trade in Detroit City by the late 80s, expanding nationwide until an FBI bust in 2005. So, yes, this is another trap house, drug dealing, money flipping, coke distributing, bullets flying, bodies falling, kingpin type of drama series. Just my type of shit. I'm just keeping it 100, keeping it funky with you. I love these type of shows. But yet, unlike Power, it is again based on the true story of the actual Flannery brothers and their criminal drug dealing enterprise. Now, Little Meech, this is again his first role, which is playing the role of his father, Big Meech. And I really love that 50 Cent saw fit to have Little Meech play his fathers, because from first glance, it kind of appears that he's very comfortable in his role and with who he's portraying. He got some big shoes to fill, and it seems like he's doing a great job starting off in the premiere. And it's very possible that Meech's delivery of this character will stand out more in the series than any of the other veteran actors in the show. I was really impressed. Y'all let me know how y'all feel, but I was really impressed with this new actor, his first role, and he's portraying his father. But and we know of others who did the same thing, just like O'Shea Jackson Jr. playing his father, Ice Cube, in Straight Outta Compton, Mario Van Peebles, and Badass, playing his father, Mario Van Peebles Sr. And rest in peace again to him, because Mr. Mario Van Peebles Sr., he did pass away last week. So rest in peace to him. But yeah, I can definitely foresee more roles for Meech Jr., Lil Meech, as they call him, because yeah, again, he did a really good job. Now, on the first when we first watched the show, hold on, let me get a sip of water. Mm-mm-mm. When the water, when the show came on, when it first came on, there was a disclaimer, and I'm gonna just read what the disclaimer said. The disclaimer said, "This is a story loosely based on the truth, and while many of the names and situations has been fictionalized, a lot of this shit might have actually happened." I catch that right. A lot of this shit might have actually happened. Then we see a quote from Demetrius Big Meech Flanneroy saying that the hustle was the only way to get his family out of poverty. There's a picture of the real Meech with his brother Terry too, right there, at that scene, that intro scene. And then the show starts off in Detroit in 2005, and Meech was coming home from a 3-year stint in prison. And during his older scenes, Big Meech has actually been played by John Chafin, who is well known for his roles in Tyler Perry's The Have and the Have Nots. I used to hate him in that show, but I always thought he was fine as hell. But anyway, he's also well known for other movies such as Blind Spotting, Amelia's Closet, 96 Minutes, and The Jack Squad. But the first person Meech runs into was Roly Roll, and Roll, who was obviously awaiting Meech's arrival, was excited to see him come home. He's been gone for like 2 or 3 years, and Meech, man, he came home fresh out of jail, clean shaven, already had his hair braided nicely to the back in cornrows. He had on all the labels of that time, including being dressed in a floor-length fur coat. I'm like, child, did you go to prison or did you go on vacation? Because he didn't look like he was in jail. But anyway, along with some really big and expensive jewelry, like they used to floss back in the day, that gold and blinged out pendant hanging from one of his ropes that said BMF in big letters. That was beautiful. I really love that piece. It was banging or dope, as we used to say back in the day. And just like what normally goes down in the hood, Meech came home to a big ass block party in celebration of his release from jail or from prison. And in the midst of everyone getting their party on, after he meted and greeted everybody, Meech, you could see him like standing across from the house that he grew up in, and that's when he started reminiscing, and that's where the story begins. And what he says was, while he's standing there, given everything that's happened, people always ask if I had any regrets. Truth is, I don't. I mean, we gave up a lot, a hell of a lot. Being back across the street from where we grew up made me remember just how much. End quote. But from there, the producers they take us back to the 80s, and oh god, ain't nothing like the 80s and the 90s, nothing at all. Period. But anyway, they take us back into the 80s and into the lives of Meech as a child, and that scene opened up with Meech, his brother Terry, his father Charles, his mother Lucille, and his little sister Nikki. And from what we can see, Meech and his brother grew up like a lot of us in some very humble beginnings. They had peanut butter, no jelly, ham, no burger, cereal, no milk, Kool-Aid, no sugar. Yeah, I got that from Friday. But the Flannery brothers, they came from a two-parent middle class family. Meech's parents both were hard workers, trying their best to keep the bills paid, food on the table at the same time. Yet not enough money was coming in for them to be living comfortably. And their parents, like most of our parents back in the day, and still some today, they couldn't pay it. And I think that's what basically led Meech and his brother Terry, into finding other means of income. And not the kind of income you get from working at Wendy's, which is where Meech's parents had assumed at first he was working. At first, Meech didn't even have in mind for his little brother to be slanging with him, but seeing the eagerness in his brother's eyes, he decided to bring him right on into the folds with him. And what he said was, letting my brother in the car with me that day led us on a journey beyond our wildest imaginations. We built our family as we chased this American dream and lived like fucking kings. Partying, traveling, smashing honeys, eating good, rocking fly shit in the coldest whips and cribs around the globe. He said, I ain't gonna lie. If I had to do it again, I wouldn't change a motherfucking. End quote. But then we move forward to the late 80s, and Meech and Terry, they done a great job so far, building their drug empire up from the ground. The name of their crew is the 50 Boys. But evidently, the moves they were making were encroaching their turf of another crew called the 12th Street. So trying to, work something out, sort something out between the two crews, Meech decided to meet up with 12th Street at the city championship game, figuring out if they meet, there's a lot of people, a lot of police, metal detectives, so no guns will probably come into play except for Terry's, which he did sneak in with the help of one of the staff members. The brothers tried to negotiate, they tried some negotiation tactics, but to no avail. 12th Street was not there to negotiate. They were instead ready to drop bodies. Like, either y'all move away from our turf or we gonna stop dropping bodies. Nothing else needs to be said. And it didn't help that, Terry had pulled that gun out on them. So it's kind of similar. This reminds me kind of, the situation in Raising Canaan. If y'all been watching Raising Canaan, Meeks basically gave up that corner to squash the beef just like Rock did in Raising Canaan. Do y'all remember that scene? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I had to grab my phone. Make sure I get my alert because FedEx is supposed to be delivering me something again, and I have to actually sign for it. So just in case they show up, I have to get up and sign for it and then come right back. But anyway, so he gave up a corner just like Rock did in Raising Corner to squash the beef, at least for now, at least for that moment. But back home at their parents' house, Meech and Terry had a disagreement, about bringing that gun to the meeting as well as getting punked into giving up a turf. Because basically they just gave up half of their earnings and they have a product that is much in demand, but they are buying it on consignment from Pat Wood Harris, which is also one of the main characters in the show. So that's like making it much harder for them to maximize their earnings, at least until they are paying for it outright. So the brothers, they happen to be making good money, and it damn well shows from their wardrobe to their jewelry. They be dripped from head to toe to the Benzes that they are driving. Yet their parents are still living the struggle life. They barely able to keep up with all their bills. And seeing one night how his sister, that night how his sister was kind of upset about not having money for the Boblo trip, Meech offered to pay for it. And why did he do that? Why did he do that? He know his parents don't want to have or partake in anything that he has to do with in the streets as far as drug slanging, hustling, anything like that. And they definitely don't want his money. So the idea that quickly was shut down by his father, who wouldn't dare accept any of Meech's dirty money. As a matter of fact, at that time, they didn't even realize that Terry was also slanging. And one moment they were like, condemning Meech for hustling. The next moment, Terry was being praised for continuing his education and possibly, getting on the honor roll. And their mother was like ecstatic at the thought of him graduating and being able to provide for his child. And then on this side, they looking at Meechy like, damn Shane, where did we go wrong? But anyway, upon hearing that Meech dismissive stuff from the table, it bothered him, that his father was looking down on him when his brother was hustling right along beside him. But he kept silent because I think he knew that would devastate his parents if they knew the truth. But it didn't matter. He was on his way out the home anyway because that gun that he told Terry to get rid of was found by his parents. And again, he kept silent again to keep the heat off for Terry. Ain't that just like a good big brother or big sister? He kept silent. He could have said something. He could have said that Terry was slanging too. He could have said that was Terry's little pistol, but he didn't. And Terry did try to intervene, between the fight between, Meech and his father. But nonetheless, they father, after him and Meech up in a chokehold, told him he had to go. He was like, "Don't you ever think that you can put your hands." That reminds me of several scenes growing up between parents. I ain't gonna say which parents. I ain't gonna say if it was mine or my friends or relatives, but yeah, parents back then didn't play. Parents back then did not play. They didn't play at all. These parents today, I'm sorry, but some of y'all soft. Some of y'all soft. But anyway, what's that noise outside? Is that the truck? Hold up, let me pull up my ring. Oh shoot, I know who it is now. That's the lawn man. Oh God, now y'all gonna hear the lawn man outside. I hope he's not too loud. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's the lawn man. If y'all hear him, I'm sorry, but they in the back of the house now. But whoever that was in the chat that was telling us to go to some website or whatever, I blocked them. I don't know who that person is, but they are blocked. Blickety blickety blocked. Now moving right along, moving like right along. Yeah, Terry. I mean, Meech got put out, and Meech has the money to bail them out of their mortgage crisis to help pay for all their bills, stock the refrigerator. But there's nothing that he could do to basically change the mind of his father. He wanted him out the door. They didn't have enough of him hustling, not doing what they want. He didn't dropped out of school, and they also think that he's a bad influence on his little brother, who they have no ideas out there slanging just as much as Meech is. But anyway, on the other side of town, it was going down, y'all, wasn't it? At Big Cone Island Restaurant. Jeremy, the cashier, wasn't ready. He was not ready. He was getting his face smashed in against the counter by that dude Lamar for no longer selling any loose burgers. I was like, damn, you big mad, ain't you? But from what I hear, that boy ain't nothing to be playing with. Shoot, he just got out the mental institution when he should be in prison. But thanks to Reagan, getting all those people out the disbanding all those mental institutions back in the day, he was out in 2 years instead of four. But anyway, and then you can see the 12th Street crew, the observing and being, they was entertained. They was really entertained. They was getting a whole key from watching the whole scene. It was kind of funny, but then I was like, damn, Jeremy, you throw some hot grease on his ass, some hot fries, something. But anyway, not only was Lamar pissed about the burger thing, he was angered by the fact that Daniel, aka Duca, had moved to another restaurant in Lincoln Park. So after beating up poor Jeremy, Lamar had a message for Duca, which was, when you see Duca, you tell him that Lamar Silas is back in town, and the next time I'm back here, I expect things to go back to the way they were. That's what he threatened. Now, I don't think we were introduced to Duca this episode. I think that's going to happen next episode, but I'm looking forward to finding out who exactly is the hell is Duca. But later on, Lamar, he was visiting his baby mama, Cash Doll, the rapper, Catch Me Outside. Um, she didn't expect him because again, he was home early. He went from 2 years. He went from 4 years to 2 years. So I really don't think that she expected him to be out. And I'm sure that he expected to see his kids and maybe get in where he fit in, hitting them skins, basically. You know how they do when they come home from jail. They think they just come right back in. And then I say cash me out, I meant ice me out. Oh, child, I said cash me out. But anyway, yeah, you know how dudes be when they get out of jail, they just think everything is all gravy and you just be waiting on them and stuff. And sometimes that is not the case. But anyway, he came back home and thought he was about to hook up and everything. And then she's like, sorry, bro. Sorry, bro, you're not welcome here. Besides, I got company right now. Meech was already upstairs in her bed, taking care of Mo. She was already being taken care of, and the kids as well. He was dropping dollars, for her kids as well, which is, a good thing because most guys don't do that shit. But yeah, after leaving Mo with a necklace to give their daughter Lamar, he just left, got back in his car, started smoking, listened to my song "One Love" by Houdini. And then while he was chilling in the car, he noticed Mo walking Meech out of the house. He didn't even know Meech was in the house. So once he saw that, He damn near tried to run over Meach. He knocked him off his ass. He didn't run him down, but he did like bump him, graze him a little bit to knock him off his butt. And then he warned him, to stay away from his baby mama Mo before he peeled off. But that damn Lamar, he is gonna be a character. I think he's going to be causing a lot of problems for Meach and Terry, but we shall see. The next time they actually saw him was at the Club Taboo. When they was having that party, for Pat. Nothing went down between the two though. Meach and Terry, they was more focused on convincing Pat to provide them with some more drugs, but that didn't work out the way they wanted it to either. They went there, they had a plan in mind. We need to start making more money so that we can start buying our products outright. But Pat, he don't see it that way yet. He don't think they ready. He don't think they ready. And everybody who was at the event at Club Taboo, everybody who was in attendance, they was looking cleaner than a whistle, boy. Them 50 boys, including Kato, as Gianna, they was all dressed and pressed. And actually, I haven't seen Asiana until since she was in what was that Cookie. Since she was in Empire when she was playing the Cookie Lion, and I do still agree that she did a great job at that. But yes, everybody's looking hella fly, hella flashy. Our girl Layla Anthony, she was playing Marcacia or Marcacia. I think that's her character's name, Marcacia Taylor. Her husband Boom. They was looking real sexy as a couple. Throughout the entire club, all you could see was furs, silks, labels, blinged out pendants, medallions. I mean, I was like, damn, is this the players' ball? It was obvious that each person in the club understood the assignment, all except Lamar. What did this fool have on? This fool had on a whole do rag. I was like, what the hell? Look at his whole getup. He had on a do rag and what looked like maybe some Dickie gear. Hell, it looked like a jail jumpsuit, actually, just blue instead of orange. I was like, look at him standing out like a sore thumb and stealing people's liquor. He was stealing people's liquor at the bar. He did just get home from a mental institution, so I believe he probably is broke. But yeah, again, nothing went down between Terry and Lamar that evening. Then we see Kwame, the fool who was talking shit in class to Terry about him being a baby daddy, or having a baby daddy in high school. But Kwame must have thought that it was a perfect time to confront Terry and get into another fight. But not wanting to make a scene, Meech rolled up real quick and squashed that shit. But after speaking to Pat, they might as well, have made a scene because, like I said, Pat don't think they're ready. And as far as the coke, he told the boys, this ain't no 40-yard dash. And even though the brothers are his biggest earners in the entire state, he's still holding back from increasing their product flow. I don't know why, but I'm thinking it could be because he's been in the game so long that he's probably aware of them stepping on their product or his product. That and the fact that they are renaming his product as well. And they probably don't see it that way. They're just thinking, we bought the shit from him. We gonna step on it, cut it up, chop it up, stretch it out, and just call it something else to make more money. So I don't know if he's aware of that or not, but what he told him was, God don't give you more than what you can handle. And as far as our relationship, as far as I'm concerned, I am God. I was like, well, okay then. Okay then. He told them. But neither Meech nor Terry being limited on supply. So Terry had been suggesting, they need to start getting their own product outright. So Meech, he was like, okay, yes, time. We need to do that. We need to work on, stacking these chips so we can get more bricks and buy them outright. So with Pat's early advice, he was telling them basically, y'all let them Trail Street fools, they punked y'all for that turf. You need to fight for that turf. It don't matter if their crew is bigger than your crew. So that's basically what they did. They had that shady detective, what's his name, Detective Harris. They had him basically threaten that mother, that was telling them to keep their asses away from the center. He basically threatened to put some drugs on her son who's in high school. So, that she wouldn't say shit or won't bother the boys while they up there slanging. So that's how they were able to continue encroaching on 12th Street. And the brothers are determined to take over the game, y'all. They said, fuck being bosses. We gonna be kings. Kings of the motherfucking D. That's what they said now. So 2 days after the arrival of Terry and Wanda's baby boy, the new little baby, little cute little baby. He was cute though. The brothers were to meet up with their new supplier, and Terry would have probably made it there on time had they not been at the hospital. They were came straight from the hospital. They came straight to home, brought the baby home. Terry was supposed to meet up with Meech, but he was running late. Had he probably been on time, the next thing probably wouldn't have happened. But then again, I'm not sure. Right when he was about to leave, Wanda told him to go to the car to get the baby's pacifier. I don't know if Terry wasn't, if he was getting too comfortable or whatnot, getting too comfortable with his surroundings or who he is, thinking he's untouchable or something like that. I don't know. But what happened next was while he was reaching down in the car getting his baby's pacifier, somebody stepped to him and they were able to put a bullet right to his head. So are we at war? Is the brothers at war already? That's why I said at the beginning, the show seems to be picking up really quickly, moving really fast, but we shall see, y'all. We shall see. But anyway, make sure you guys like and share the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, please and thank you. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you have not watched the show, please watch the entire show and then watch the next episode so you can review it with me in the next episode. Thank you so very much. I'm out of here, y'all. My lawn man is outside and he'll pretty soon be coming in to collect his little chips for cutting my grass. So on that note, you guys, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times. Bye.